This winter, I hosted the very first Metaverse clay shooting competition. Keep watching to learn more and to see how things unfolded. Following from the success of my last two videos on Clay Hunt VR and an ever-growing player base with amazing updates being pushed out regularly, I felt it was the perfect time to start developing a competitive community for the game. Ever since playing this game before any of the multiplayer updates even came out, I saw the potential to make this a really good competitive title. I sorely miss competitive clay shooting, but this game provided an amazing platform to recapture the excitement of serious competition. After spending a few months helping the developer by creating the game's community online, paired with my previous experience of running VR communities and competitions, I decided the time and the environment were perfect for me to host the world's first Metaverse clay shooting competition. So here are the rules. The open part of the competition would consist of 6 rounds spread over 3 months, each covering a different discipline or layout. Points will be awarded based on your finishing position in each round, with your top 3 results counting towards your series score, allowing you to drop 3 events if you needed to. To encourage good sportsmanship and a feeling of a real competition, shooters had to team up in a squad of at least 3. Following the 6 open events, the top 3 shooters would compete in a grand final for the prizes. Here I'd like to say a special thank you to Lee from Texture VR, who kindly offered a Real Stock Pro as an amazing first prize. And another thank you to Alexi, the developer of this game, for offering free game codes for all of our top 10 shooters, as well as cash prizes for 2nd and 3rd. Links to Texture VR and Clay Hunt VR will be found in the description below. Thanks again guys, you really made this competition special. Towards the end of December 2022, we held our first event, 100 Bird American Skeet. Being one of the easier disciplines in the game, this gave shooters an opportunity to learn about the structure of the competition and understand how things would work going forwards. This event produced some amazing shooting and some really close competition. We had a great turnout of 16 shooters turning up for this event, which was more than triple what I expected for the first event. Radaman98 put in a near perfect 99 out of 100, with BTZ Wilson not far behind. I had to settle for a joint 3rd between myself, Good Username and Jordman. After brushing off my old Excel skills, I worked out the scores and here is the first top 10 after 1 week. Not only was this event a good trial run and proof of concept, but it really did reproduce the nerves and excitement of a real competition. We welcomed in the new year with event 2, 120 Bird Sporting. For this event we used layouts B and C from the original sporting layouts. This is a discipline that really tests a shooter's ability, providing you with a mixture of unique and varied targets. For me, this is my weakest discipline, having never shot it competitively in real life. I was hoping this might be the case for some of my closest competitors, but alas, it actually turned out to be their specialty. With Radaman only missing 3 targets out of the 120, and again BTZ Wilson not far behind, once again letting me settle for 3rd. A great turnout of 19 shooters made this a really competitive and fun event. An update to the leaderboard sees Radaman and BTZ Wilson out in front as early favourites, with me stuck in 3rd. We also saw a lot of changes in the rest of the top 10, with many newcomers joining after hearing about this competition and staking their claim early. Event 3 finally saw the introduction of my specialty, Trap, specifically International Trap. These lightning fast targets sent away from you at random angles calls for immense reaction times and concentration. I entered this event feeling quite confident, hoping to come away with a much needed win and 10 points to close the gap on the leaders. However, after shooting 3 perfect rounds of 25, the pressure of trying to shoot 100 straight in competition loomed over me, and as happens all too often in real life, I bottled it, missing 3 targets in the final round, finishing with a score of 97, leaving me to reluctantly share the spoils of victory with 2 other shooters who also got the same score, with a great round being shot by Casey Constable, and what was becoming seemingly an inevitable great performance from Radaman. Some uncharacteristic misses from BTZ Wilson saw me leapfrog him in the top 10. Though with another round of sporting just round the corner, 2nd spot was far from secure. The next round saw us return to sporting on layouts A and B. Despite being eager to prove myself on the sporting layout, I was unable to attend this week, so the show had to go on without me. Despite telling myself I would have had a chance if I was there, I soon changed my mind after seeing some of the scores coming in. With yet another win for Radaman, finishing in joint 1st alongside Redwing, finally hitting the promise he'd seen in practice throughout the weeks. Another solid performance from Casey Constable and a return to form for Jordman and Redwing saw a big shake-up in the rest of the top 10. For Event 5 in our series, we utilised one of the more challenging and niche disciplines, Double Trap. This is a very unique and niche discipline where your ability in other disciplines doesn't tend to carry over, posing a very unique challenge not seen elsewhere. This unfortunately led to quite a low turnout, but also some very fierce competition, with plenty of those top 10 points up for grabs. I shot alongside Radaman for this event, narrowly beating him by 5 points. Having toppled the man to beat, I felt sure that I'd finally achieved my first victory of the series. And that was the case, up until Jordman posted an unbelievable score, beating the rest of the field by 11 clear points. And in doing so, propelling him into the top 3 of the series overall. With one event remaining and all of it still to play for, we left the most challenging discipline in the game till last, Olympic Skeet. Not only are the targets much faster than American Skeet, but they are released on a random timer, meaning you cannot preempt their release. Not only will you have to rely on your reaction times to hit an even faster target than you're used to, but you have to call for the target with your gun in low mount, being unable to shoulder your gun and aim at the target until it's already been released, making this an extremely challenging discipline in terms of reaction time and technique. Yet again, Jordman demonstrated his amazing return to form, taking top spot and confirming his place in the final, leapfrogging me into second. Despite Radaman being unavailable for this event, his previous scores had proved more than enough to qualify, and that concluded the open segment of our competition. With over 30 competitors throughout the entire competition, everyone here in this top 10 can be proud of their performance, and walks away with a free copy of the game to give to a friend, courtesy of Alexi at Shotgun Gaming. Congratulations to all of you. But now, on to the final. Due to many of our top 10 being unavailable for the final, it was decided that the top 3 would shoot off for the prizes. Radaman, Jordman, and myself. We shot the final over multiple disciplines, totaling 280 targets, including International Trap, Double Trap, American Skeet, and Sporting, including 2 of the fantastic new layouts created by Alexi in the Forest update. We started with 50 American Skeet, and it was clear to see the final had brought the best out of each of us, with all 3 finalists scoring a perfect 50 out of 50. Next up was International Trap, something I was quietly confident for. However, a recent update to the game had made these targets more challenging and realistic. Although I eventually adapted to the new speed, it saw me fall behind the 2 other finalists, leaving Jord and Radaman to fight valiantly with just a 1-point difference after 100 targets. Next we returned to the fiddly and unforgiving Double Trap. Desperate to claw my way back into this final, I shot my heart out. And after 60 targets in Double Trap, the 3 of us were separated by just 3 points with only Sporting remaining. Jordman held that narrow 1-point lead over Radaman going into the Sporting, with myself 2 points behind in third. I'd seen both of these guys put in phenomenal scores in practice and in other events, and I'd need to hit personal best for both layouts if I was to even stand a chance. Unfortunately for me, it didn't take long for me to hear those 2 dreaded beeps. Missing multiple singles and pairs in the most important part of the final, while Jord and Radaman seemed to power on ahead. With just 60 targets remaining, Radaman had taken a narrow 1-point lead over Jordman, while I'd fallen 5 points off the pace. It's amazing to think that even after 220 targets, it was all still to play for with just 5 points separating first from third. We'd all proven ourselves to be deserved finalists, but there could only be one winner. It was clear to see by this point that mental fatigue had started to set in and people were starting to make mistakes, with lapses in my own concentration causing miss after miss after miss in the final round. This was at least true for all but one of us. While 2 of us saw error creeping into our shooting, one of our finalists simply thrived under this pressure, smashing his own personal best on this course. After what had been an incredibly close final all the way up until the final round, our winner was somehow able to find yet another gear and rightfully claimed the title. And so a massive congratulations is fully deserved to our champion of the Winter Series and winner of a Texture VR Real Stock Pro, Radaman89. Congratulations also to Jordman, who fought valiantly in this final and demonstrated some truly excellent shooting ability. It was an honour to host this tournament as well as to participate with such amazing people. Thank you to everybody who took part in the event from the beginning till the end, And a special thank you to our sponsors who made it even more exciting, Texture VR and Shotgun Gaming. I hope you all enjoyed competing in this event and enjoyed this video. And if you're interested in getting involved, join our Discord community in the link below, where you will find hundreds of other Clay Hunt VR enthusiasts, who I'm sure are already practicing for our summer series. Until next time.